Hi, this is Keith from Pharmacy-Tech-Study.com, and this video is about question number 7 on free quiz, practice quiz number 9. And it asks us how many milliliters of a 1 in 2000 drug eye solution and a 7% drug eye solution mixed would make 120 milliliters of a 3.5% solution. Alright, so what I see is we have the same solution in a higher strength and a lower strength to work with, so that tells me that we can use an alligation to figure out this problem. And so before we do that though, let's talk about the question a little bit more and about some strategy. And what I mean by that is the first strength of the solution, of the drug eye solution, is a 1 in 2000 solution, which to me, just for practical purposes of figuring out math problems for a quiz or a national exam, that's almost just like 0. 1 in 2000. Like if you went to a birthday party and they had a cake and there was 2,000 people that showed up and they had to cut a little cake into 2,000 pieces, it's just like almost like 0 cake, right? Now I know that there's some potent drugs out there, and a 1 in 2000 mixture of it might still be potent, but as far as math goes, I mean, for a 1 in 2000 versus a 3.5 or a 7% solution is just like 0. So then I also see that we're dealing with a 7% solution as our higher strength, and we're trying to mix a 3.5% solution, which is almost exactly half. Well, it is exactly half, not almost. And so I would, do a little bit of process of elimination if I just wanted to answer this and move on. If we look at the answers, answer C, for example, is obviously wrong since there's a total disparity. It's not even close to half and half. And then if I look at answer B, it's very close to half and half. And then if I look at A and D, just for good measure, I could tell that they're close to half and half, but not really. So I'm going to guess that B is the correct answer. And so, but let's go ahead to the whiteboard and I'll show you actually how to work this out. All right, so we know we're going to use an alligation, so we'll draw our tic-tac-toe grid. And our higher strength solution is 7%, and that needs to be written as 0.07. Our desired solution is 3.5%, which is 0.035. And then our lower strength solution is a 1 in 2000. So if you go on your calculator and you divide 1 by 2000, what it'll be is 0.0005. Alright, so let's go ahead and figure out our parts. So if we figure out the difference this way, what we get is 0.0345, and then going this way we get 0.035. Okay, so let's see, from there we've got all these funky decimals and everything's kind of a mess because we hate decimals, right? So remember, you can take both of these numbers and change them by moving the decimal around, as long as you do it to both numbers, right? Just like any fraction or ratio. So let's go ahead and move it over 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll do it down here as well because we have to. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to put a 0 there to make that work, right? So now what we have is 345 parts here and 350 parts here. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw a line down the center of that just so we keep it straight. So now what I see here is 2 numbers that are obviously divisible by 5. So I'm going to go ahead and divide by 5 the top and the bottom and move the camera. So when I do that, what I get is 69 and 70. Now see, that is very close to half and half, right? 69 parts of one and 70 parts of the other mixed together would give us our desired strength. So let's go ahead and just work out the rest of the problem just like a normal alligation. Alright, so if we add those together, what we get is 139. Okay, and then to figure out what each part is, we'll take our total volume, which is 120 milliliters, is what the question asked for, and divide it by 139 parts. And so what that gives us is 0.8633. Okay, so now what you can do with that, that's per part, is you can take that and then you can multiply each of these by that, and that'll give you the amount you need of each, right? So when we do that, what we get up here is 59.57, and what we get doing it this way is 60.43. Okay, so I'm looking back at the question, and the answers are rounded to the nearest 10th place. So this is actually going to become 59.6. That doesn't look so great, but you know what I mean. And then this will be rounded down to 60.4. So 59.6 of the 7%, and then 60.4 of the 1 in 2,000. So let's see if that's what answer B is. It is. So that's how we work that one out. And hopefully the little bit of strategy that I explained at the beginning of the video will help you out when it comes time to take your exam. And so B is the answer.